According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, even here in sunny California, suicide is the 11th leading cause of death. Did you know ages 25 to 34, suicide is the second leading cause of death? My name is Katie Ryans. I'm a registered dietitian. I have a master's degree in human nutrition. I recently wrote a research paper for the vegetarian nutrition practice group for the Academy, and I'm so excited to share some of my research with you. There are a lot of things that we can do holistically and naturally to help combat these psychological issues. And this video, I'm going to be going over, yes, some nutrition tips. What are the 4 most potent, most well-researched foods and food components to add into our lives to help reverse or prevent depression and anxiety naturally, as well as some mindset practices to take with us throughout our days. I'm also a yoga instructor. I love anything to do with holistic health and nutrition and fitness. If you want to join the big dreaming team here, please do. Don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button, click the little bell, and stick it through to the end of this video. I'm going to be going over a lot of really important tips. So let's go ahead and get started. Before we even dive into the food components and all of the incredible research out there, I just want to take a step back and say that it is so necessary to reflect on what are we taking in? What are we eating? Yes, but really, what are we taking in a lot of different ways? So when I feel really depressed, I take a step back and I think about, okay, first of all, what did I last eat? Because more often than not, I probably overate on something kind of naughty, whether it be the meal before or even the day before, that led me to feel this like really lethargic, depressed, kind of like a hypoglycemia kind of a feeling. So when we are constantly overeating and overstimulating with processed foods, there's a crash that happens afterwards, leading to a drop of energy, leading to cravings, and leading to depression. It's also what content are we taking in? Who are we following on our Instagram? What are we taking in? What reactions are we having to the things in the outside world? So before we even start on all the research I've done, really taking a second to think about what it is that we can be responsible for what we take in. So even just like looking out this window, I could easily react negatively to some things going on, and I could notice that and instead react positively. And with this also, I do want to say that we can't control our thoughts, we can't control our emotions. Some things come and go, and it's really amazing to have a practice of observing that and just observing how we react to things. So yeah, that's a little tidbit on that. And the 4 components in foods that are the most beneficial as far as research out there. Number 1, probiotics. Taking a probiotic can help us with our depression and anxiety for a lot of different reasons. It makes sense that since our gut microbiota does communicate with the central nervous system through a lot of different pathways, that really improving our gut bacteria and the health of our microbiome would help our central nervous system and our nerves and our brain function a little bit better. It turns out the feel-good neurotransmitter called serotonin, it's estimated that 90% of this is actually created in the gut. According to a 2015 randomized controlled trial, compared to the participants who received the placebo intervention, participants who received the 4-week multi-species probiotics intervention showed significantly reduced overall cognitive reactivity to sad mood. Also, a 2016 meta-analysis of randomized controlled trials concluded that probiotics were associated with a significant reduction in depression. A July 2018 narrative review of studies investigating the effects of probiotics on systemic inflammation concluded that the available evidence suggests that probiotics should be considered a promising treatment to reduce the inflammatory activation commonly found in major depressive disorder. Okay, so probiotics are great for combating depression according to these studies. What strains to take, how much to take? Most pharmacies, grocery stores like Whole Foods and Erewhon, they'll sell all of the probiotics in there. Would be fantastic to take. They have refrigerated ones and shelf-stable ones. The ones that they used in these studies here, you really only need 5 billion CFUs per gram. CFU stands for colony forming unit. I take upwards of 30 to 50 billion CFUs. I also want to recommend doing a multiple species probiotic. So some probiotics only have one species, like maybe it'll just have lactobacillus, and other ones have a whole list, like the bifidobacteria. So I recommend having more strains the better, and at least 5 billion, which will be really, really easy to find. Isn't yogurt a good source of probiotics? No. I don't recommend, especially eating dairy yogurt. Please do not support the production of dairy products or eat dairy. These have a lot of sugar added in them, a lot of other additives, and I don't think that's a good idea. I do like lava yogurt though, plant-based yogurt. It's made from kiwi nuts, no added sweeteners, 50 billion probiotics. Not sponsored, I really just have gotten good results from their products. Also, I want to say, yeah, just taking a pill isn't going to cure the situation in our guts. It's very, very important to eat a whole foods plant-based diet, eating plenty of fiber, reducing things in our diet that are going to disrupt our gut microbiome, things like alcohol, white bread, white sugar, highly processed foods and oils. Taking those out of the diet is going to help our guts a lot. Of course, avoiding antibiotics as much as we can. So really, if we're starting to get sick, really last resort, use antibiotics. Let's not use antibacterial mouthwash. We want to keep our good gut bacteria alive. So avoid the antibiotics. And lastly, be sure to eat fermented foods. So I don't recommend eating these sweetened yogurts and things, you know, but fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, miso is good. Fermented foods can really help our guts. Pickles are even really cool, so yay! Combining these tips with a probiotic supplement is going to really help our guts and our central nervous system and serotonin production, and hopefully decrease those depressive symptoms. Moving on to number 2, saffron. Saffron, yeah, saffron is so powerful. Saffron is referred to as red gold and is actually the most expensive of spice out there. Unfortunately, yes, it is expensive. It's used traditionally in a lot of different cuisines like Indian and Persian cuisine, and studies have shown that administration of crocin, the pigment that is responsible for saffron's orange color, has been shown to significantly benefit major depressive disorder patients. A study published in 2018 that compared oxidative damage induced by chronic restraint stress of rats injected with quercetin found that the quercetin may be useful for management of depression induced from chronic stress through decreasing oxidative damage in the brain. Also, a recent meta-analysis concluded that saffron has significant effect on severity of depression. Available data from randomized controlled clinical trials support that saffron is significantly more effective than placebo. A 2018 meta-analysis of randomized controlled trials concluded that saffron was effective in the treatment of major depressive disorder and had comparable efficacy to synthetic antidepressants. Saffron was also a safe drug without serious adverse events reported. In a 2018 preliminary assessment using a combination of rhodiola and saffron, after 6 weeks of supplementation, depression scores decreased with significant improvement reported in 85.4% of patients. In this assessment, both general practitioners and patients observed significant improvement with excellent safety, and no serious adverse effects were recorded. Awesome! So can we just eat some saffron rice and call it a good old happy day? Well, yes, I do recommend using saffron as a spice in our dishes. All the way back in 2005, at 30 milligrams a day, twice a day, saffron was found to be just as effective as Prozac without leading to potential negative side effects. 30 milligrams is about 13 threads. Make sure to get more than 13 threads and use that as a supplement. There probably are really great saffron supplements out there. I haven't tried them yet, but hopefully there'll be more out there so we can really take advantage of these beneficial compounds that have been shown to be so powerful. So yay, let's go buy some saffron. It's really probably in all of the spices departments at like Walmart or any grocery store. So no excuses, except it is really expensive. We are worth it. Let's go get some saffron. Next on our list of essential natural foods and food components to include in our lifestyle right now to help combat depression and anxiety, and really mostly depression is what the studies have been showing. Anxiety needs to be researched a lot more, but depression for dang sure. Those essential fatty acids, DHA and EPA. I recently uploaded a video going over omega-3s, fish oil supplements, and all of that jazz. I'll leave it right here. Go ahead, click it down below. You definitely want to educate yourself about all of this. This video, I'm just going to be going over some research and reasons why this is so important to combat depression. So yeah, it makes sense that since DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, is the most abundant fatty acid in the brain, it would make sense that our cognitive function isn't going to be on fleek if we're not eating enough omega-3s, ALA, if we're not getting in enough ALA to convert and create our own DHA. Omega-3 fatty acid deficiency is correlated with postpartum depression. Since it's really unethical to determine whether or not omega-3 fatty acid deficiency does really have to do with postpartum depression, this study, they used rats. They tested glucocorticoid receptors. Glucocorticoid receptors are the receptors to which the stress hormone cortisol and other glucocorticoids bind. What they found was that the glucocorticoid receptor was ameliorated by omega-3 polyunsaturated fat supplementation, which provides evidence that omega-3 fatty acids are necessary to help combat postpartum depression. Recently, a literature review published in August 2018 concluded these observations further support the role of polyunsaturated fatty acid metabolism as an important mechanism in depression and anxiety disorder treatment. Although more research is definitely needed to determine a clear relationship, it can't hurt to definitely make sure you're taking in enough omega-3s. Eat those hemp seeds, soaked chia seeds, ground flax seeds, and walnuts. Eat plenty of greens. Number 4, you are going to thank me, I know. Another beautiful reason to eat more curry. Who doesn't love curry? Turmeric. Turmeric is absolutely incredible. What can turmeric not do, honestly? Turmeric has been shown to not only lower risk of heart disease and prevent and even maybe treat cancer, it has also been shown to improve ulcerative colitis, boost brain-derived nootropic factor, prevent and treat Alzheimer's disease, even helps with arthritis and a lot more age-related chronic diseases. In regards to depression, according to a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial, from weeks 4 to 8, curcumin, which is the active component in turmeric, was significantly more effective than placebo in improving mood-related symptoms. Also, a meta-analysis of 6 clinical trials found significant clinical efficacy of curcumin in ameliorating depressive symptoms. While curcumin is known as the active, more beneficial compound in turmeric, turmeric is actually full of a lot of compounds, like turmerones are the essential oil in turmeric that are really, really beneficial as well. So I do recommend eating curry and eating turmeric in our daily diet.
Yeah, we are in the place of
And turmeric is also a lot more readily absorbed when it's combined with a little bit of black pepper. And it's also better absorbed and retained when it's eaten with fat as well. So coconut milk curry with a little bit of black pepper, absolutely perfect. In pancreatic cancer patients, up to 8 grams of turmeric was shown to be safe and fine. And 8 grams is like a lot. So yeah, I think it's safe to recommend to be eating turmeric. Put it in your oatmeal, put it in your smoothie, put it in your curry and your stir fry and everything with a little bit of black pepper, a little source of fat. And it should be safe and effective to also pop a turmeric supplement. They sell a lot of really great concentrated turmeric and curcumin supplements out there, and I don't think it'll hurt you know, I obviously don't like eat the whole bottle, you know what I mean? Like take it easy in that sense, but there's still no research out there that shows that any of the things that I mentioned are harmful in any way. Unlike a lot of pharmaceutical things like Prozac and things lead to other side effects that I won't get into. Yay for natural remedies, just taste delicious and lead us to a happy, healthy, abundant life. While these things may certainly help a lot, these things that I've mentioned, I do want to really take a holistic approach with you and make sure that you are getting the help that you need. So please do reach out to a psychologist, a therapist, a health coach, a holistic health coach, have someone to talk through what you're going through and really get to the bottom of your situation. Also, looking up on YouTube some more mindset practices to try. Starting a gratitude journal, write 10 things that you're grateful for every single morning, and maybe at the end of the day, do a little brag book, some things to brag about your day. Like, I made my bed today, what are you proud of yourself for? More and more getting in tune with what is so awesome things that we're taking in instead of looking for things that are going wrong, we can easily shift our mindset. And I don't even want to say necessarily easily. I think it's a muscle that over time, you know, we start out with the baby weights to start noticing what we're taking in as far as like our thoughts and our reactions to things and thinking like, wow, this flower is so beautiful, instead of like, oh, that fire alarm is so annoying. Like literally little things like that, we start to flex this mindset muscle of positivity, and over time the muscle gets stronger and stronger, you know? So I don't think that these mindset practices are necessarily easy, especially when you're first starting out. We really have to take the time to slow down. And with that too, do we have some movement that we enjoy doing? I love dancing and rollerblading, and these things excite me. What are we doing that we're forcing ourselves into? You know, let's let go of the things that don't serve us and really take on more things that excite us. So yeah, and moving our bodies can really, really help a lot to improve our mindset and have a better outlook on life. And also making sure we're practicing compassion with others, compassion with ourselves. I hope that there's someone out there that we have for support, that we can give them a call and say, hey, thank you, I love you. And being able to do that with ourselves in the mirror, even just looking at the mirror and saying thank you, I love you to ourselves. At least personally, it's been a really, really incredible practice to have compassion and gratitude for myself and know that, you know, we're using what we have to do what we can, and it is enough. We are so enough, you know? And I really believe that everything we believe is real. So let's let go of the beliefs that aren't serving us right now and take on beliefs that do serve us. And let's unfollow all of those accounts that are triggering to us, or let's let go of things, you know, what can we do to change our situation? I think that these awful mindsets that we get stuck in sometimes are great red flags to need to change something. So yeah, I really do hope you got something beneficial out of this video. And I actually have a long list of other supplements and foods and things to include in your lifestyle on my blog post, which I'll link down below if you're interested in checking that out. Get excited about this life. And yeah, know that there are holistic and natural things that we can do. And take a deep breath, one day at a time. You are so amazing. This life is just like, what even is this? What are we doing here? I don't even know. Let's just laugh at our struggles and have fun. Like, that's what it's all about. Know what I'm saying? So thank you again. Enjoy all of the delicious plant foods. I hope you have an incredible, wonderful Thanksgiving. Hit me up on Instagram at vitamin.katie. Be sure to subscribe, click the little bell, leave the questions you've got down below. I can't wait to upload another video for you all. Have a beautiful, incredible, wonderful life. Keep dreaming big. Bye.